We're down here at Radio Row, very special guest, Tennessee wide receiver Jalin Hyatt. And you have one of the coolest NIL deals I've seen.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Your last name really lends to it. Would you like to tell people who you're working with and what's going on with that?
Yeah, so working with World of Hyatt, and obviously been working with them for a little minute now, and what they have done, just when we had to go to our bowl game in Miami, they took care of our families as far as a place to stay, because when you go to bowl games, man, it's expensive, as far as getting hotels and families and just bringing all that, man, it's very expensive, especially where the bowl game's at. And us being in Miami, man, and, obviously we all know Miami's a little expensive place, and, they help our families out, my teammates' families out, and, hopefully we can keep going with a long-term partnership, and very blessed to be with this NIL deal for sure.
I'm glad they're taking care of you and your family.
Yep.
So I got to ask, obviously the NFL draft here going to be up in a few months. After this game's over, that's going to be the thing everybody starts talking about. You put yourself on the map this past season. A couple years there over in Knoxville, and fine seasons, nothing that really stands out statistically. Then all of a sudden you go for 1,200 yards and 15 touchdowns. What changed for you between last year and this year?
I'll say hard work. For me, I knew I had some struggles my sophomore year, and I knew I had to fix that. And I took it personally, and when we had a June, July, when obviously the summer for us, when you can go home, or go on vacation. I stayed in Knoxville. I wanted to get better. That's what I wanted to do. I wanted to get better for that team, just for that group of guys, and it's a lot of things I had to do. I had to get bigger. That was one thing, and not only that, my ball skills wasn't where I wanted to be at. So obviously, from the month of June and July, I called about 15,000 each month. So there's a lot of things I had to do and I wanted to do, and obviously it paid off. And just blessed for my hard work that I have done so far, but not even close to where I want to be at though.
At what point in the past season did you realize, it's just paying off? All that work I put in, was there a game, was there a moment where you said, this is where I want to be at?
For me, I feel like when we played LSU, it kind of hit me. Just because of, I think Coach Hype, he put a little more trust in me that game. And, I'm just, blessed just as far as what Coach Hype has done for me. And every game, you can see him trust me just a little more, a little more. And, LSU, he trusted me a lot that game and allowed me to go out there and make plays. And that just continued on after that. So I'll definitely say that LSU game was the momentum game for sure.
I wanted to ask you about another game, too, your game against Alabama, which was national on CBS. It was one of the crazier games of the year. You guys won it in the last seconds. What was that like, that game, being at home, being as high-scoring as it was, huge plays back and forth, and then the ending? For you, was that kind of your finest moment at Tennessee?
I'll definitely say it was, just because of, College game day was there. The hype was there behind the game, and obviously, just when you're there and you see the stadium, you see the sold out crowd, and obviously what we did on that, what we did in that game. I mean, it was just remarkable. Something that I'll never forget. And as far as doing it, and the best thing about it was doing it with my teammates. I think that's the biggest thing, that the guys that we worked in the off season about. This is the moment we do it for. And just doing it with that group of guys, man. It was a blessing for sure.
Looking at the draft and moving forward, a lot of mock drafts are out there.
Yep.
You're projected by most people to be a mid to late first-round pick, somewhere in that range. Obviously, that can change. Scouting combine coming up. Let's talk about the combine for a second. What are you looking to do there? Do you have some personal goals, some numbers you're trying to hit, or there's some things you're looking at and saying, all right, if I hit X, I feel pretty good about my performance?
Yeah, there's a lot of things I want to do at the combine. Obviously, me being a junior coming out, I couldn't do senior ball. Right. Couldn't do some ball games that a lot of people have done, and I want to do what I have to do, and that's me going out there. I want to run a 4.29. That's my goal. I want to run a 4.29, and just want to take over the combine. How I took over the season. I want to do the same thing at the combine. Obviously, just as far as with growth, you're always gonna have doubters. And
sure.
Those doubters. I feel like that's what drives me. That's what motivates me. And like I said, I'm ready to go for combine day. I have the right group of guys around me that care for me, care for what I can do, and that's the best thing you want. And like I said, I can't wait. I can't wait for combine.
If you had to run the 40 right now, do you feel like you've run a 4.29 now, or do you feel like you're still working, shaving a few hundredths of a second off?
Yeah, right now, if I had to run a 40 right now, I'd probably say it would be in the low 4.3s. Just as far as what we're doing in the weight room, we're doing heavy leg days, heavy arm days, and not only that, I'm working out 3 times a day. Just trying to get better, trying to do what I have to do, and like I said, what you want to make sure you have the right group of guys around you, and I have the right trainers, have the right agents, and obviously my family behind me. So I'm in a very blessed position, and I just can't wait for Combine, man. We're gonna be prepared for sure.
You got an idea what you might do for the draft? I know it's a few months away, and the NFL will invite some people. You might be in a position where you are invited.
Yep.
Would you want to be invited, or would you be like, like some people like to just stay home with their family. Some people, Joe Thomas found out he was getting drafted. He was on a fishing boat. So where do you think you'd lean?
For me, I'll if I got the invite to go, for sure I would
head
go.
out.
I want to go Kansas City and go with my family and obviously enjoy that. But I'm a big suit guy, so I want to go and express my suits that I have, and so I think that's
You already have the suit picked out?
Oh yeah, we already got one ready. If I get the invite, we're ready to go.
All right, I like it. Is there any system you feel like maybe as a receiver maybe it's a little less important, right? Because some teams, if you're maybe an O-lineman, it might matter a little bit more, zone blocking, whatever. As a receiver, is there any place you're looking at, not even specifically team, but just a system you're like, man, I really like that scheme. Maybe it fits my route running better. Is there something like you're looking at like that, or to you it doesn't really matter? Where are you?
It's hard. It's hard these days because of all the coaching changes and a lot of things that go on in the league. I feel like the right team's gonna come get me. And it might not be the team that a lot of people don't think or they do think, but I know the right team will come get me. Just off my play style, what I do. I want to be dynamic. I want to be explosive. And obviously they're gonna have the right coaches to do that for me. And I'm not only just a deep route runner. I feel like I can do other things. I can run routes. I can get out of my breaks. I can catch the underneath passes and take it to the end zone. There's a lot of things that I can do that I just hadn't shown. And just having the opportunity and whatever team wants to give me and giving me that opportunity, I'm gonna take full advantage of it for sure.
Have there been any players in the league now that you're kind of leaning on, talking to, kind of getting ready, whether it be to just kind of navigate the draft process, getting ready to train for the season? Because it's a weird time for any player. You come out, you play a long college season, get the bowl game, then you're training, then you get drafted. You don't really have that off season.
Yeah,
normally you've got that time for your body to recover.
Exactly.
You don't have that. You go mini camp for rookies and just OTAs and so on and so forth. Have you been talking to anybody, kind of trying to get an idea of how to get your mind right, your body right for it?
Yeah, it's a long, as far as for rookies, man, it's a long process. There's no really off season for you. Every day you're trying to prove somebody wrong. Every day you're trying to take advantage of opportunities. But for me, I've been talking to Trey Smith, the O-lineman for Kansas City Chiefs. I hadn't really been talking to him this week, just as far as the Super Bowl. I just wanted to keep him focused. But I was on the phone with him. I would say 2 weeks ago, and he just congratulated me and tell me how it's going to be when I get up there to the league. And not only that, I have one of my best friends up here too as well, and Bayless Jones, Chicago Bears receiver, number 12. I'm excited for what he has done and can't wait to see his future. But at the same time, they're helping me as well. This is a brotherhood. We want to keep it a brotherhood, and they obviously helped me when I was in college and when they were there with me, and obviously what they're doing in the league. I just want to follow their footsteps, and continue to do what I can do. But yes, as far as I still have, just having the right people around you, having people that care about you, that's the biggest thing.
All right. Super Bowl 57. I know you might have a little bit of rooting interest since you know Trey Smith, but who you got in the game and why?
I really like both teams. I really do. I love Jalin Hyatt. I love the Eagles. Their defense is great. They have good receivers. I like Devontae Smith. And obviously A.J. Brown. But it's just so hard. It's so hard to bet against Patrick Mahomes. It really is. Just what he can do. The type of quarterback he is. He's very consistent. It's so hard. So and not only that, they have Trey Smith there, and I'm not going to use that as being biased or anything, but I have to go to Chiefs, man, just because of Patrick Mahomes and what he can do and what he's capable of.
Well, you guys keeping him upright. He's a bodyguard in the interior.
Oh yeah, bodyguard for sure.
All right, last few things, quick, rapid fire, just because it's fun. We're here. Why not?
Let's do it.
Pineapple on a pizza, yes or no?
Say it again.
Pineapple on a pizza, yes or no? There's only one right answer.
No.
Okay, thank you. Otherwise, we would have to end the interview. New York style pizza or Chicago style?
See, Chicago.
Okay, all right. Is a hot dog a sandwich?
No.
Thank you.
No.
Thank you. This has been a debate that's gone on far too long. It needs to be put to a
I can see why people say that, but no.
Okay.
No.
All right. Jalin, best of luck.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate you coming
on.
on.
Appreciate you. Thank you.
Look forward to talking to you down the road.
Yes, sir.
Jalin Hyatt, a future first-round pick perhaps in the NFL draft.